Peace. This is Star with the Star Blooms. Y'all, excuse me. I've been working through something with my throat chakra, and I've been on the phone uh for the past I think it's like 4 hours um working and stuff. So I wanted to basically share something that had been brought to my attention because it's like a lot of the times we'll start working towards something and we'll feel what we believe is resistance, and we'll stop because we believe that that's what's necessary, or we believe that we're being called into another direction based off of our engagement with whatever it is that we're doing, like whatever task, right? um I've been addressing certain layers of wounds that I had already previously healed. um And the reason why I'm saying it that way is because I believe that if this is how it's coming out for me, more than likely it's like coming out the same way for a lot of other people who are also on their healing journey, right? So when I went back in to deal with certain rates of healing, my mother wound, because that's what basically had been brought to the forefront for me. Um, I was basically brought to a layer of awareness due to, yeah, just realization and facts, y'all. Like, it'd be difficult for me to have this conversation because my mom's still living, and I would prefer to have a certain rate of communication. But to be able to have a healing conversation, you also have to have an honest, truthful conversation that allows awareness. And this is on all layers. That means that there has to be some form of alchemy that is present, not just for one side, but where both sides are actually in agreement. And when we're in a space where this isn't represented, you have to still be at rates to where you get to be in alignment, in line, in your journey, on your path. You don't have to basically stop, or you're not rendered absent in certain parts of your journey due to the fact that you don't have this layer of agreement. It's okay if you sever your line of responsibility to somebody else's agreement with you and how it is that you have to go towards doing stuff on your spiritual journey. What am I saying? I literally consider it as emancipating myself. If I'm in representation of the fact that me connecting to my mother is me connecting to all mothers, and then there's a realization that my mother may not necessarily be in agreement with me being on my spiritual path, and even if there is a so-called said agreement that has been made, or I don't care energy that has been made, there hasn't been a passing of a torch in realization. If there is a line that you have to your matriarch, 321, when I said that, 321, there's a line that you have with your matriarch. There's a representation that I actually have this ancient memory that's attached here. I have this ancient, there's something that is there that is given to me, that is inherited, just because of the tether that is present there. If there is a breakdown, I believed, okay, dealing with this, that there's basically things that are either delayed in being received, or there's things that are absent because it hasn't been exchanged. There's no energetic, um, yeah, communication happening. All right. Um, Positively, that is actually in alignment for you on your highest good, especially when the breakdown has come. I believe that we still get to recognize the truth, however. One truth that I've always been clear on is that we belong to our divine parents just as much as we belong to our physical parents. I'm going to basically put it back in the hands of the Most High. I'm going to put it back to the divine. I'm going to surrender whatever it is that I've been holding on to within this connection, maybe not making sense of it, maybe even causing more harm than good, and allow it to be something that is now reconsidered. And to me, reconsidering it also does sever the ties of what was previously contracted. We've done our best. A lot of the times, we don't know that because we've been in my window's open, y'all, and it is freezing cold, and I don't know why it's still open. But I was doing my sage. Um, Anywho, we've done our best a lot of the times. They did their best. They gave us what they had. They can't give us what they didn't have. We got what we were able to get. We can't get from them what we didn't, get from them. And then we can't force what we're actually moving towards to also be a part of their story. So in respect and honor in this space, we're surrendering, releasing, you know, the thought process or even just the ideas that you live and you hold in your space, wanting or wondering if the possibility or the potential, timeline will arrive where this will occur. I was able to basically perceive that there were gaps and spaces and pockets where I was still being held back due to the realization that there hadn't been a connection or certainly as a communication had. Each time I would go into spirit, there's always been like this pocket. And I had the opportunity to connect. However, I'm not able to have the layer of truth that spirit keeps on making me clear that I don't have to basically move from. And it's not my truth, it's the truth. So and it'll show up and you'll know it because the spirit will be involved in it. And a lot of the times, anyways, what I was made aware of in the midst of me basically dealing with the inner child wounds recently was you're using tools that haven't been used in such a long time. And the best way that they were able to, they painted a full picture for me, y'all. And it was literally like actual ancient tools. These tools, self-care, loving yourself, putting certain things in place, correcting certain things, not operating from conditions, implementing certain things in your life, creating certain pathways for you to be able to show up. Me even being somebody who is spiritually based, having a business spiritually based, that's me altering the trajectory in my bloodline because nobody's been able to be at this rate and be received or perceived or even seen in my bloodline in such a long time. You're creating a structure, something that's new, cultivating a newness in this space. You may not basically always have what was before present with you to actually hold you in the spaces that you believe that you get to be supported in, yet support is still present. And when we release the physical expectations of things, we're allotted a bounty of wealth that comes in rushing to us, nurturing us in ways that we may have never been able to receive or perceive physically because they may have not been available to us. We had an opportunity to have those receipts as well, as long as we allow ourselves to do what is necessary. And sometimes it be letting go, but not letting go, not to deal with. Because a lot of the times that's the misconception that you don't want to deal with something. You've done your best. A lot of the times we don't represent the truth in things. You don't have to force anybody to heal with you. It's not an easy task. I literally seen multiple ancestors, multiple female ancestors who went through and journeyed through a lot of the things that I've now healed. It's not that they all decided to throw it on to the next person because they didn't. Their only responsibility a lot of the times, y'all have to be in representation of the truth, is to get us to the point to where we now can be. And because we're now at this point to where we get to be, don't stop. Keep holding on to the boundary. Keep using the tools that haven't been used. Yes, you're going to be attacked by the people who haven't used the tools as well because they aren't aware that these are our tools. They don't remember yet. They're just remembering. 9/11, when I said that, when you are in representation of the realization that you are now remembering yourself, you know what it means to have forgotten. So you get to release the fight, the battle, the bitterness, the hardness of what it is that you've experienced, what's transpired, and be in representation that there's been infractions that have been inflicted upon us. You are now in the space where you are altered because you chose to heal. And as long as you keep on moving forward, everything that comes from you will operate and be in the space of mimicking and mirroring the truth that you are in representation of. You don't have to worry about, playing Captain Save-A-Ho, y'all. You get to love yourself and love those you come from, learn from, and you will be moving towards to teach as well. Okay. Peace. I hope this helps.